Okay, I see people in the chat saying where they're from, so keep on saying where you're from. I am Sarah Cook from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. My kids are in the background being a little crazy, so I'm not going to talk for very long to start with. But I'm really, really excited if you are here. You got an invitation or heard about this from your representative, and they've been a rep and they're enjoying it. And we're excited to have you here so you can hear a little bit more about what we do as Zyia reps. And um, and you could do this with crazy kids in the background, being loud and crazy, and you could still be a successful rep. So I'll just tell you a little bit of background about me, but also how you're going to win prizes, what the prizes are, and like kind of what to expect at this event and how long you're going to be here. So we're hoping to keep this under 45 minutes. We're going to just briefly talk fast. And so I have been a Zyia rep for 5 years. In the chat, you're going to write what city and state you're watching from. And I am in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and I am a nurse and a boy mom, as you could maybe hear from some of the craziness in my background. And when I started my Zyia journey, I started in 2018, exactly 5 years ago and 3 days ago. And I'm so excited because when I first joined, I really just wanted, cute clothes because I never treated myself. I had a lot of mom guilt when I shopped for myself. I really went into the stores and I shopped for my kids and never for myself. And I didn't have a lot of cute clothes because honestly couldn't afford a lot of cute clothes. And so I saw Zyia as like a vehicle to like fund cute clothes. Like, okay, if I sell clothes, like I can just like take that paycheck and spend it on myself and not feel guilty and not have that mom guilt. So my initial goal was to just pay back my starter kit, and it was to sorry, my dogs are crazy. And it was to make enough money to get like free clothes. Essentially, all I wanted was free clothes. I never anticipated it to lead where it was. Oh, and then I forgot, to win prizes, you guys, there will be 4 clue words. You will directly personally message your rep those 4 clue words at the end of this. However many clue words you send is your entry. So if you end up and you can't stay this entire time, if you need to watch it on the replay, we're going to have it available for a little while to watch for you, and then you can send those clue words to your reps. So you will have time if you can't watch it all in one chunk or whatever. But you guys, I never anticipated in a million years for Zyia to be more than just my way to get cute new clothes. But all of a sudden, my first month in Zyia, paid back that starter kit and realized that this really had some amazing potential. And so I decided to go all in, really right off the bat, I did. But after 3 years, whatever, in 2020, 2 years in the business, I went pretty much like all in full-time Zyia and went PRN as an RN. And I've been PRN as an RN since 2020, since the pandemic, because if you were in the health profession in 2020, we had to make some decisions as a health profession. A lot of times it was either go in the trenches of COVID or stay home with your family. Those were kind of, at least for me, that was the decision I had to make. And I chose to stay home with my family and be a homeschool mom, which was terrible to be a homeschool mom. Anybody else want to raise their hands and talk about how if you were probably not meant to, like, you didn't go into teaching, probably not your not your jam, right? But that allowed me to be where I'm at now. And then this is where I'm so excited for you guys to be here. And now I'm PRN as an RN and hang out with my kids. And I still work at the hospital because I do enjoy nursing, and I do I have this Zyia business that has let me go on like 6 paid for vacations, and just had some crazy dreams fulfilled. And that for me, what I absolutely love about this business the most is the flexibility it has given me to now as a PRN RN, like I can tell them my hours. And if you are in any sort of medical profession, usually they tell you what you work. You're like, I can't work on this Monday or whatever. And they're like, too bad, we're short staffed. You're on that day. And so for my clue word, you guys, the first clue word out of the 4 is flexibility. Zyia has made my life and like time frame, financial flexibility, time flexibility, that sort of freedom. So the first clue word is flexibility, and I talked way longer than I was supposed to. So we're gonna go over to Nicole, who's gonna talk to you. Go ahead, Nicole.
All right. Hello, everyone. So glad that you all took your time out tonight to join us. What I make sure you put in the chat, like maybe you can put in the chat during my time to see if you can guess my clue word before I say it at the end, but we'll see if you can kind of guess what it's going to be. But first, let me introduce myself. I am from Nebraska, and I am a mother of 4, and been married to my husband for 20 years. And I honestly, I guess just to give a little background, I've done quite a few different things. One thing I did was I was where Sarah did not, but I actually was substitute teaching for maternity leaves, and then COVID hit, and I had to do all the fun Zoom stuff even as a substitute teacher for everybody. So before, because they let us for a while do stuff over the internet. So I was like, I never wanted to do that again, trying to do plans and keeping people, So, but I love being at home then when it was, just teaching your own kids, because I thought it was easy. So that was my favorite. But then after COVID, what happened is I also decided in the middle of COVID to get my EMT license. So not only was I substitute teaching, then I became a firefighter and an EMT just to help other people during that time, because there was so many people that were leaving our community fire department because of either age and the scare of COVID. So I did go ahead and do that, and took the time to be able to, I like to work with people. But then once we got back to school, my kids, I have 4 kids, and all of them are older. So we were all at home, and I stayed at home with them the majority of time. And where they all went back to school, all of a sudden I was kind of like, okay, they're all doing their sports and I could still go do that. And I kind of was like, what am I going to do with my time, where I was used to either teaching or, I'm not on call all the time for being an EMT. We do own our own grapes. So I have 1,800 plants that I do take care of, or vines, I guess, that I do take care of. So, I have to prune those. So I do that in my spare time. But I kind of thought, what am I going to do? I mean, I love going to my kids' stuff, but then during the day, it's like, do I get a job? Do I not get a job? I prune, and it's hard because there's, I have to do that. I am the treasurer, for the department, and I do the grants for our fire department. So that keeps me busy. So I really didn't want to. And then Zyia kind of popped in. And so I was like, oh, I wanted to get back to working out, to get in shape. And I thought, oh, I'll just do this for the discount for a while. Well, slowly then, during the time of going to my kids' activities, people started commenting on the leggings, or they started commenting on where'd you get that? And I was slowly just selling. So I kind of fell into it because people, just around my area just kept asking. And then pretty soon I ended up with, some people that joined me and the business, which was awesome. So I guess my first objection I wanted to kind of say, I guess, to kind of tie this all in, is my first objection of when the gal that I signed up under was, you really should do Zyia and work this. And I was like, nope, I'm too busy. And I kind of gave you my background story because that was my thing, is nope, I'm too busy. I was still somewhat substitute teaching. I was an EMT, firefighter, treasurer, secretary for the department. I didn't, we grow our own grapes, and so I take care of them. I didn't mention that I actually also help with membership or recruitment on the national level for a sorority. So I have chapters that I work with across the country. So I do that as well. So that was my first response. I am way too busy. Nope, I'm not doing this. Don't have time. And like I said, I slowly, people started asking about it. I was like, yeah, sure. Here's my link. Just order on my link. And then pretty soon, I was like, I had my own party basically, and I didn't even do anything. And so it just kind of came easy and people were joining. And I thought, oh, I can do this. So I slowly, I reached out to Sarah at one point and was like, I don't know. And that was my excuse. But what I found is that I actually took the time, if I'm commuting, going to Lincoln or wherever, and I'm in the car, that's when I find that I do my, any education that I want to listen to, on the products, or if someone's talking, to re-listen or to replay, I do that. Um, but then I also, I do things like block out my time. If I know that I have an hour in my time, my day, I'll block that out and we'll work just on Zyia, and then I don't worry about it the rest of the day. In between, if I have to go pick up a kid or whatever the case is, or I'm going in between activities, I'll post something here. I love scheduling posts. That's the best thing, to help with all the time that I have. And then, I think just doing all those things, and sharing my activities. I think the, in between all the activities that I have going on, I look back and I kind of laugh now that was my excuse, is that I'm too busy or I don't have the time. Because you kind of make it work. I found that just working it into my everyday life, and on my own terms, that's the best part. I don't know, probably everybody else probably, would agree with me that just getting it to work on my own terms and in my schedule with my family. And that's the beauty of it, is I can kind of do that. So, and I appreciate being busy. So I appreciate others that join, that are busy. But so does anyone anyone in the chat, did anyone put in there what they thought my word was for that we had? No one? Anyone want to take a guess at it? It looks like a lot of people like being busy, but yes, but my word was time. So it was, I'm not sure. I was going to count at one point to see if I could keep counting while I was talking of how many times I said it, but I didn't. But yeah, so hopefully, if you have any questions, or if you, with the being busy with anything, talk to the rep that invited you, or you can put in the chat if you have questions, or anything that, as I said, Allison guessed it, time. Yep. Jenna was close with schedule. Yeah, you definitely with your time got a schedule. So yeah, so that's kind of why and how I joined, and my busy life.
Yes, I love it. I always talk to Nicole and I'm like, if people tell me they're too busy, I think of Nicole, and I think she wins, and you're doing just so awesome, and I love watching you and your Zyia business. So clue word is time. So we've got flexibility, time, and now Ika is up next, and she is gonna share with you her part.
Hi everybody, my name's Ika. Riding the coattails of Nicole. Busy is my life. I am a mama of 3 babies. I have, hey Allison, I'm so happy you're here. I have an almost 6-year-old, a just 4-year-old, and a brand new 3-month-old who was born at home on accident. So too busy to get to the hospital, I guess. To start off, I've been with Zyia for almost 3 years now. And I had told Sarah when she was trying to recruit me for a whole year, I said, absolutely not, no way. I am not your girl. I don't know anybody who will spend $77 on a pair of pants. They're the everywhere pants. If you don't own them, you need them. They're amazing. They changed my life and my perspective on Zyia completely. And I had tried and failed this kind of business before. However, after about a year of buying the stuff, loving the stuff, sharing this stuff, Sarah's like, you're ready doing it. You know how much money you could have saved and earned had you just been a rep. Light bulb moment for me. It also, when I signed up, I want to say it was right around 2020, where everything was shutting down and I needed a community because I had 2 littles that were 20 months apart and I was losing my ever loving mind. And so this gave me a community, not only my customers, my awesome VIPers, and people in my community, but also my Zyia community of all my upline of Sarah and my sideline sisters and stuff like that. So another one of my objections was, I've tried this before and I failed. I don't have people who are going to spend that much money. This is insane. Like, I feel guilty spending this money because I think as women, and especially if you're a mother, you do tend to feel you're the last person. Why would I splurge on outfits? Why would I splurge on clothing? But guys, when you wear something that's comfortable and makes you feel good, it just changes your outlook. You're not at home crabby because your ponytail is too tight and your bra is hurting and your pants just don't do the right thing and you're gonna lose your shit on anybody every day. So there is a way to get your customers engaged and to have people who you know or don't know spend and buy Zyia. And a lot of things that are super awesome is, I'm sure you guys saw last month, Zyia gave us these amazing deals. You know how many new customers I had that were referrals from other customers because of these amazing deals. We have the Make Room Monday sales. I personally do birthday discounts and I love partnering with charities and do donations that way. That attracts more people out of my little discount, or I'd read discount, out of my little network. So I have people who are referring me and broadening my network. So I started off with just me, who had moved to 3 different states, had little babies, and was busy and didn't really have a bubble. And then I eventually grew a community. And now one of my best friends and customers is a single woman who lives in Georgia. Like, I would never have met her or become her friend before Zyia. And it's just amazing how Zyia can be a vehicle for so much more and has given me a community, whether it's customers or other sister reps. And how many of you guys know other people who work in the MLM business, or like Tupperware, nails, Arbonne, all that stuff? You know, we all know somebody who sells something. You, and so another way that I built my network is I would party swap with people. And when you become a rep, your upline will tell you how to do all these things. But that's been really crucial for me because I've learned and met more people along the way. And so my keyword is community, because I've built one and I've gained one and I love it. And it's just amazing because it's so much more than just the money. It's so much more than just the clothing. It's the people who I can say, man, I'm having an awful day. My dog's ripped open a bunny and rolled in it. And then the next day, my basement flooded and my husband's gone and my car didn't start this morning. And I got everybody up for church and we didn't make it there. And so I have a community that helps me. So that's one thing that I did not see getting from Zyia. And that was one of my objections, that I don't know enough people. Well, you become passionate about something, you wear and share your smile, and you wear and share the clothes, and people will come flocking to it.
Awesome. Thanks, Ika. Love it. I'm really sorry that all those things happened.
It's life.
Yes. All right. So we've got 3 clue words and we have 1 more to go. So just to reiterate, each person who talked had a clue word. So if you missed any, just go back and watch the replay. We will post this, so get it from your rep. Kelly is up next and she's going to finish us off. And I think we'll beat our 45 minutes by quite a bit. And I'm really appreciate everyone taking the time out to listen to us today. So thank you.
Awesome. Well, hey, everybody. I'm Kelly. I have been at this for a little bit over 4 years now. I'll tell you my story really briefly before we talk about money. The thing everybody wonders about MLMs, do you actually make money in those scams? Find out. Stay tuned. So I became a Zyia rep after a really kind of crazy turn of events in my life. I had a career I loved in social work. We had two teenagers, we're super busy. I was an avid runner, and then I developed a cerebral spinal fluid leak about 5.5 years ago. And since that time, I keep getting them over and over. So I have periods of recovery, which thank God I am in right now, but a lot of my months throughout the calendar year are spent flat in bed, completely disabled, and relying on my husband to meet my most basic needs. So, like I said, that happened about 5.5 years ago, and I spent a very long time grieving the loss of my health, the loss of my ability to work out, the loss of my career, that feeling. I'm a Enneagram 3. I don't know if any of the rest of you are, but that means I love to achieve and do, and I find much of my worth and value in what I can contribute and accomplish. So that was a big loss for me too, feeling like I wasn't able to contribute to our family, our finances, parenting, etc. So I got invited to a Zyia party. I'm guessing if you're here, you've probably been in a party too. And like many of you, as I saw the clothing, see back then, Zyia was much pretty new, not super well known. But I saw the clothes and thought, oh my gosh, I love everything. I could see myself wearing all of this, but there's no way that I can afford it. But as I kind of watched the rep running that party, I listened a little more carefully to her story. And she talked about fitting Zyia into the cracks of her day and how she had no deadlines, no timelines she needed to hit, no minimums. And I thought to myself, well, here I am in bed. I have very, very little I can do, but I am spending a lot of time on my cell phone playing Candy Crush Saga. What if I did something like this girl to maybe bring in just a little bit of income for my family and give myself back a little bit of a sense of that accomplishment? So I didn't try the clothes first. I just jumped in without overthinking it. And I'm so glad I did, you guys. My answer to the question, can you make money in an MLM? Yes, but choose wisely. So we truly have a product that people love. I sell a lot of activewear, and I'm not exaggerating when I say approximately 95% of the people that I follow up with after they make a purchase from my shop, they tell me they love the clothes. I think you would be hard pressed to find a product that people are this excited about and that they keep coming back for more because the quality is amazing. And like I said, it makes us feel good. And when we feel good, we do good. So there is also, I think, a misconception in MLMs that you've got to want to make it to the top and be able to, retire from your job early and come home full time and have this be like this massive thing. The majority of us, that's not what we're doing, and it's also not our goal. But we have people who are making income that makes a difference in their day-to-day life. For me, it has almost replaced my social work career, and I was doing quite well as a social worker. But I have countless women on my team who are making that extra couple $100s a month by fitting this in truly to those extra corners and cracks in their day. Do you have to work at it? Yes. Do you have to be consistent? Yes. But it is very, very doable. Also, people often think, I don't want to recruit. I don't want to recruit. So I don't think this is for me. Well, I'm here to say too, you can make a great income. And I'm talking like 4-digit paychecks a month without recruiting. I did it for several months when I started as a rep. And if you're willing to work hard, it's absolutely doable. Our commission rate and our pay plan is very, very competitive. But on top of that, you guys, just the perks are fantastic. Sarah talked about trips that are paid for, but beyond that, there's just so many day-to-day benefits. Right now, several people on our team have already earned $50 gift cards this month. We earn free and half off clothing all the time, which is so fun. I don't ever have to pay retail for my clothes because I cash in my own benefits and get stuff for free and half off. We have so many great incentives on top of our great pay plan. So you absolutely can make money at this. And not only that, you're not left to your own devices when you sign up. This team is incredibly supportive. And since we have time, I'll talk about that just a little bit to kind of also just add my take on the community of Zyia. So my team is a little bit of an island. We're kind of like a small but mighty group. And months back, I was feeling like I needed some help as a leader and looking for some collaboration. And then Sarah and her amazing team came along, and we joined forces on a lot of different um, projects, a lot of different incentives, groups that we do to help each other. And it's been such a blessing, not only to be benefiting from her leadership within my own team, but also just to connect with the ladies on her team. And I can't say enough, you guys, about the amazing community that Zyia is. So I think I've hit on all of them, but my keyword rhymes with honey. Can anybody guess? In Zyia, you can make money. Jennifer G, she's a sharp one, I can tell. Michaela, Shanda, yes, you can make money. So thanks for listening. Sarah, take it away.
Okay, so I'm not going to draw the prizes live because we're going to wait for you guys to send your four clue words to your rep, and also so we can upload this and people can watch the replay. So I'll just tell you what we have just for joining us. There is no pressure. There's never any pressure as far as this goes to join. But if you have fun and you are thinking, this sounds pretty awesome, which I have to say, I think it does too. We want you to reach out to your rep and not just give them the 4 clue words, but let them know like, hey, I would like some more information about this, or hey, send me that link to join. I'm ready to get started, because you guys, it is the beginning part of the month and you have all month, to earn that money that Kelly talked about, right? Or get your free and half off Zyia. And one last thing I wanted to touch base on is that never been done before from Zyia is that they have dropped the enrollment kit prices where you can get a mini enrollment kit. And I think this is so awesome because it's the same, you're getting the same commissions. Nothing's changing from if you were to get the other kits. Now, if you were like, girl, I want all the activewear and I want the best, like there's a $600 kit right now too, right? Right, everyone that's a rep, like we still have the deluxe kit. So we do have kit options, but that mini kit makes it so much more feasible. For me, when I first joined Zyia, it was a $400 starter kit. And that was a lot of money for me to have to like present it to my husband. That was not like I just go out and do it. I had to get his okay. Whereas $147 is our mini kit right now. And I don't know, depending on, obviously we're all in different financial situations, but that is a lot easier of a conversation to have with somebody and be like, hey, I want to start this thing. And you guys, you can earn that back. I mean, we can never guarantee your money, anytime we're talking about the money, but that is so doable. And just so you know, the starter kits are normally $295 now, and it's always a good goal for first time reps to just pay back that starter kit in their first month. So think about that. If that was your goal to pay off a $295 starter kit and now it's only $147, you're going to be paying off your kit on taking home an additional $150 in your pocket and getting free and half off items on top of that. So I just want to put a disclaimer though, that mini enrollment kit option, we at the moment only know it's going to end in August. We don't know if it'll continue on past this. So if you're interested in that, now is definitely the time. And is there anything else that anybody has any questions? Oh yes, and Canadian, thank you so much to all the Canadians that are joining us. I will have to tell you that we are speaking in US dollars. So there is a different pricing for the Canadian pricing kit. So and same with Australia. We are in 3 countries. So I'm in the US and I'm so used to saying all those, but those are all in US prices. There are options and there is mini enrollment kits for each country right now. So Any questions or anything before we end? Okay. Thank you. 4 clue words, send them to your rep. Let them know if you need anything else, reach out to us. And we just love that you're here. You know, follow in the group if you have any questions you want to post publicly too. All right. Bye guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.